Welcome back, children. We'll continue with ratio and proportion, part 3. In the previous videos, we have discussed about ratios. Today, we'll discuss about proportions. Now here you can see the picture of pears and apples. The first box, the pears and apples are in the ratio of 2:3 or 2 by 3. And in the second box, that is the bigger box, the pears and apples are in the ratio of 10:15. Now you can see 2 into 5 is 10 and 3 into 5 is 15. So 2 by 3 is equal to 10 by 15. They are equivalent ratios. Such ratios are called as, like 2 by 3 is equal to 10 by 15. Such ratios, when you are comparing, they are called as in proportions. So a statement of equality of ratios is called proportion. What is proportion? Proportion equal to equality of two ratios. Now you can see here A, B, C, D are said to be in proportion. Now you know A is to B is proportion to this four dots means proportion or equal to is proportion to C is to D, or it can be written as A is to B is equal to C is to D, or A is to B can be written in the form of fraction A by B is equal to C by D. Now remember, children, a very important point, that is A and D, the first term and the fourth term. There are, see, first term is A, B is second term, C is third term, and D is the fourth term. These are A, B, C, D are called as the terms of proportion, and A is first term, B is second term, C is third term, and D is fourth term. Now, first and fourth term are the extreme terms, and B and C, they are the middle terms. They are called as the means, right? A and D are extremes and B and C are means. And if they are in proportion, so always this will be true, that is the product of means will be equal to the product of extremes, that is product of means means what are means? The middle terms B and C. So B into C will be equal to the product of extremes are A and D are extreme terms. So A into D. Now see here again, one more example is here. You will understand better parts of a proportion. 3:6 is equal to 1:2. Now 3 and 2, that is the first term and the fourth term, are the extremes, and the middle terms, they are the means, that is the second term and the third term, that is the means. So remember always that 3 and 2, the product, that is 3 into 2 is 6, and you can see the product of extremes is equal to the product of means, that is 6 into 1 is also 6. So always if the ratios are in proportion, then the product of means will be equal to the product of extremes. Now, what is proportion? A ratio is a comparison of two values. For example, we can see here a class has 12 girls and 18 boys. So the ratio of girls to boys is 12:18. Now, if you reduce to lowest term, now you can see 12 is divisible by 6 and 18 is also divisible by 6. So 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18. So 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is an equation stating that the two ratios are equal. So 12 by 18 is equal to 2 by 3, So we can say that these four terms are in proportion, and you can multiply also, cross and just check. 12 threes are 36 and 18 twos are also 36. So these four terms are in proportion. Let us check if the ratios are in proportion. The easiest method is to write the proportion using fraction for the ratios, then find the cross product, and if the cross product are equal, then the given ratios are in proportion. Otherwise, if the cross product is not equal, they are not in proportion. Let us see this example. Verify if the ratio 30 is to 40 and 45 is to 60 form a proportion. That means 30 by 40 should be equal to 45 by 60. Then only they are in proportion. So 30 by 40, if you cancel, you get 3 by 4. You just cancel the zeros. And 45 by 60, if you cancel, you get 3 by 4 again, right? So you can see here 30 by 40 is also 3 by 4 and 45 by 60 is also 3 by 4. That means the ratios are in proportion. Now another method, the easiest method is just by cross multiplying. 30 by 40 is equal to 45 by 60. That means you have to multiply 30 into 60 by cross multiplication, and you have to multiply 40 with 45. So on cross multiplication, 30 into 60 you get 1800, and even 40 into 45 you are getting 1800. That means both sides are same. That is, the ratios are in proportion. What is continued proportion? Now in a continued proportion there are three terms: first term, second term and third term. For example, A is the first term, B is the second term and C is the third term. So B is the mean term which is repeated. So you can write A by B is equal to B by C. So in a continued proportion, if you cross multiply, you get B square is equal to A into C or AC. Now, definition: a proportion in which the consequent of each ratio is the antecedent of the next. Now, children, if you remember, the first term is called the antecedent and the second term of the ratio is called as the consequent. That is, the numerator is called as the antecedent and the denominator is called as the consequent. So in ratio, for example, you can see here 4 is to 8 is equal to 8 is to 16. That is, the consequent of the ratio becomes the antecedent of the next ratio. You can see here 4 is to 8. That means 4 is the antecedent, 8 is the consequent, and in the second case you can see 8 is to 16. So 8, the consequent, becomes the antecedent. So such case, when the consequent of the first ratio becomes the antecedent of the next ratio, then such type of ratios are said to be in continued proportion. Now let us see some examples. 36, 18 and x are in continued proportion. Now remember children, the second term, now there are only three terms: first term, second term and the third term. So whenever it is said that these three terms are in continued proportion, the second term is the mean term, right? The second term will be in mean proportion. So you will take it, you will repeat the second term, that is 36 into 18 is equal to 18 is to x. Just now we said that the consequent becomes the antecedent of the next ratio. So 36 is to 18 will be equal to 18 is to x. Now you can just by the proportion we have discussed that the product of extremes will be equal to the product of the means. Now extremes, that is 36 into x, and the mean is 18 into 18. So 36 into x is 36x, that is equal to 18 into 18. Now x on cross multiplication, you get 36 will go down in division. So 18 into 18 by 36. Now 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36, you can cancel, and 2 ones are 2, 2 nines are 18. So on cancellation you get x equal to 9. So the required proportion is 9. Now another example, let x the mean proportion of 4 and 36. The mean proportion means the middle term, right? So 4 by x is equal to x by 36, or we can write x square is equal to 144. X square means x into x is equal to 144, and 144 can be written as 12 into 12. So x is equal to 12. Now let us see some word problems on ratio and proportion. Now another example, find x if the numbers 2x, x, 8 are in proportion. Now see, given that 2x, x, 8 are in proportion, that means again if they are in proportion, the product of extremes is equal to the product of means, right? Or the middle terms. Now middle terms are x and x into x is equal to 2 into 8, extreme terms, right? So x into x is equal to 2 into 8. 2 into 8 is 16, and 16 can be written as 4 into 4, right? So x into x is equal to 2 into 8, 16. So 16 I am writing as 4 into 4. So x is equal to 4, because 4 into 4 is x into x. So x means how much x is? X is equal to 4. So what we observe? We observe that the numbers 2, 4, 4, 8 are in proportion. Also it can be stated as three numbers 2, 4, 8 are in continued proportion, because 4 is the mean term. We can repeat when they are in continued proportion, we can repeat 4. So here you can see 4 is repeated. So we can write 2, 4, 8 are in continued proportion. Thus if A, B, C are in continued proportion, then we can write A is to B is equal to or is proportion to B is to C. Or you can write B into B, that is the product of means or the middle terms, is equal to the product of extremes, that is A into C. So B into B is equal to A into C, or you can write B square is equal to AC. Another example, find the third term to 6 and 15, right? So in a continued proportion, we have only 3 terms, right? So let us take the third term be x. So 6, 15 and x are in continued proportion. So when they are in continued proportion, the second term is repeated, right? So 15 will be repeated. So let the third term be x, then 6 is to 15 is equal to 15 is to x, right? So 6 into x, that is product of extremes, is equal to the product of means or the product of middle terms. So 6 into x is equal to 15 into 15, or on cross multiplication x is equal to 15 into 15 is 225 by 6. So on dividing, on cancelling, you get it as 75 by 2, and on dividing 75 by 2 you get 37 1 by 2 in mixed fraction, or you can write in decimal 37.5. Thus the third proportion is 37.5. Let us see another example. The cost of a dozen lemon is rupees 48. What is the cost of 8 lemons, right? Dozen means how many? 12. So it is given the cost of 12 lemons is rupees 48. Then you have to find the cost of 8 lemons. Now let us do by proportion method. Let the cost of 8 lemons be x. Now if the ratios are in proportion, right, we know that the ratio of number of lemons and the ratio of the cost are in proportion. So the ratio of number of lemons is 12 is to 8 and they are in proportion, that is the cost of 12 lemons we know that is 48 given and we have taken the cost of 8 lemons as x. So 12 by 8 is equal to 48 upon x. Now on cross multiplying 12 into x and 8 into 48 or 48 into 8. So 12 into x is equal to 48 into 8 and on cross multiplication after this we are doing what? Simplifying. X is equal to 48 into 8 upon 12. We are taking 12 this side down because it is in multiplication. Now 12 fours are 48 and 4 eights are is 32. So you get rupees 32. So the cost of 8 lemons, x is 32, that is we have taken as the cost of 8 lemons as x. So the cost of 8 lemons is rupees 32. Let us see this example. The first, second and fourth term of a proportion are 45, 63 and 35 respectively. Find the third term. Now see children here, what is given? It is given that the first, second and fourth term are given. Now you have to find the third term. So let us take the third term of the proportion be x. So 45, 63, x, 35 are in proportion. Now this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Now we know that if they are in proportion, the product of extreme is equal to the product of mean. So the product of extreme terms is equal to the product of middle terms or the mean terms. So 45 into 35 will be equal to 63 into x. Now you can take x is equal to, you can take 63 is in multiplication, you can take in divide. So 45 into 35 by 63 and on simplifying this you get x is equal to 25. So the third term of the proportion is 25. Now let us see how to find the missing term. This is very, very important children. How to find the missing term of the proportion. Now the first question is the ratio of boys to girl is 4 to 5, right? And there are 12 boys in the class. How many girls are there in the class? Now see the ratios are given 4 is to 5 and the boys are given, right? Now you see the boys to girls ratio 4 by 5 and the number of boys is 12. Now you have to find the number of girls. Let the number of girls be taken as G. Now if this is in proportion you can just cross multiply, right? So G into 4. So 4 into G is equal to 5 into 12. So and 12 5s are 60. So 4G is equal to 60. Now you can divide both side by 4 or you can just write G and take 60 and this is in multiplication. You can write in divide 60 by 4 or you have divided both side by 4. So 4G by 4 is equal to 60 by 4. 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So G is equal to 60 by 4. Now on dividing 60 by 4 you get 15. So G is equal to 15. That is how many girls are there in the class? So number of girls in the class are 15. So the missing term was girls and you have found the missing term as 15. Now let us see one more example. 3 kids to 12 books, right? So you have to find 1 kid to how many books? Now you can see 3 is to 12 is equal to how many books you have taken? The missing term as n, right? Number of books as n. So 1 is to n. Now you know they are in proportion. So the product of extremes is equal to the product of means. So 3 into n is equal to 12 into 1, or 12 into 1 is equal to 3 into n. Now you can see 12 into 1 is 12 and 3 is in multiplication. So 3 will come this side. So it will be divide equal to, you are shifting 3 to this side. So it will be, if it is in into here, it will be in divide here. So 12 divided by 3. So 12 divided by 3, 3 fours are 12. So n is equal to 4. The missing term you get as 4. So one kid is to 4 books, right? Hope you have understood, children. Thank you. Keep practicing.